In this lecture, we will continue with remote procedure call, failure handling and security. Remote procedure calls fails. There are three types of failures. Three types of failures are possible in RPC. So first is lost messages, server crash and client crash. So we start from lost messages. Okay, RPS lost message. Lost message means we consider that the communication module starts a timer when sending a request message. If suppose client sends a message to server for requesting remote procedure with the program number and program name and version number, and the port mapper return if server verifies the program name, program and version number, the port mapper of server returns the port number and a connection established between server and client. But when client sends a call to server and the message of request loss, or maybe request request received by the server, but the reply sent by the server lost. So message may be lost when request made by the client or the server replied on the client's request. Server is allocated and the server message has been sent. Message may delay or lost. So how can we handle such type of request? The communication module starts a timer when sending the request. If timer expires before the reply or acknowledgement comes back, the communication module sends the request message again. The only solution this can be how with this solution we can overcome the lost request message. Lost messages can be further bifurcated in two particular categories. Either the request message is lost or the reply message lost. Request message lost can be handled with a timer, whereas reply message, the client cannot distinguish the loss of request from that of the reply. It simply resends the request because no answer has been received. So in case of reply, request from the client resends. Okay, so lost message are eventually detected by timeout or no response from server. So retransmission is only the solution. Request can be executed any number of times with the same effect using the sequence number. The next is server crash. What is conclusion with the lost message. Exactly one semantics can be implemented in case of lost request or reply. If both duplicate, filtering and history are provided and the message is resent until the answer arrives. Okay. So, in server crash, three possible assumptions for RPC semantics in the presence of failure. Server crash exactly once. Server crashes before request arrives. Server crashes before reply. Server crashes after reply, but reply dropped. So, this is called exactly once. At most once. If server crashes, can't know if request was done. At least once. Keep retrying across crashes, but may be done multiple times. So, most desirable exactly once, and which is difficult to achieve. The server crashes after executing the operation but before sending the reply. Okay, before sending the reply. What is the solution? Problem lies in the loss of cache table. Use at least one semantic and to log the cache table. When server recovers, it reloads cache table from log. So, in case of at least one semantic, the client's communication module sends repeated requests and wait until the server reboots or it is rebound to a new machine. When it finally receives a reply, it forwards it to the client. When the client got an answer, the RMI or the RPC remote procedure call has been carried out at least one time, but possibly more. At least in case of at most one semantic, the client's communication module gives up and immediately report the failure to the client. If client got an answer, the remote procedure call has been executed exactly once. If the client got a failure message, the RPC has been carried out at most one time, but possibly not at all. Okay, and in case of exactly one semantic, this is what we would like to have. The RPC has been carried out exactly one time. However, this cannot be guaranteed in general for server crashes. Okay. So these are the solutions for three possible assumptions for those three possible assumptions. Client crash. Before server completes the client request, the server has an orphan computation and its reply is undeliverable. No easy way for the server to detect the disappearance of clients except by using a timeout or by waiting for a failed client to reboot. Okay, can be eliminated by client upon reboot or of rebooting of failed client. The server occasionally tries to locate the owners of its remote operations and abort those whose owners cannot be found. By expiration, each remote operation is given a maximum lifetime time to live. The client sends a request to a server and crashes before the server replies. Okay. What are the problems? Wasting of CPU time and log the responses. Files, peripherals, etc. are logged. If the client reboots and repeat the remote procedure call, confusion can also be created at server. So what is the solution? If the problem of errors is ignored, maybe semantic is achieved for remote procedure call. The client in general does not know if the remote method has been executed once, several times or not at all. If server crashes, can be excluded. Exactly one semantic is possible to achieve by resending request and filtering out duplicates and using the history. The only solution works for client crash as well as server crash. And if server crashes with loss of memory are considered, only at least once and at most one semantics are achievable in the best case. Okay, so what is the conclusion with the semantics and the failures? In practical applications, servers can survive crashes without loss of memory. Transaction-based sophisticated commitment protocols are implemented in distributed systems in order to achieve this particular goal. The client in such system, history can be used and duplicates can be filtered out after restart of the server. Okay, if no answer is received after a certain amount of tries, the client is notified and he knows that the method has been executed at most one time or not at all. RMI implementation and error handling differs between the system. Sometimes several semantics are implemented among which the user is allowed to select. Okay. So, the remote procedure failure handling can be done by these three semantics. Security. Security is another issue in RPC. RP is a form of remote execution that allow program or commands to be executed on other system, but it also opens doors for attack from unfriendly remote access. So how we can achieve security in RPC? The first one is mutual authentication. Mutual authentication by request message. It means that identities of client and servers are verified, okay, by using user ID, password, such kind of techniques. Okay, and second is message integrity, confidentiality and originality. This can be done by encryption and decryption. Okay, request reply messages are encrypted and decrypted. Here, Sun security is shown in the diagram. You see here that at the client machine and server machine, on the both machines, key servers are present. These key servers are used for generating key for public key and private key for encryption and decryption. So, message reply request message security is achieved in Sun server by using the second one technique, encryption of messages. Okay, so here our RPC failure handling and security is over. Thank you.